Another big blast of Arctic air heading our way late this week and into the weekend. There's so much still going on with the weather. Now, the period before we get to that Arctic weather again, we're going to see a little moderation in temperature. And on Thursday, I want to stress that it looks minor. Any winter weather, many of you won't even see it, but right now it looks very minor, not very impactful, but it can cause a few problems, but I think we've already got a lot of problems on the roadways. But that Arctic hammer again comes in late this week. But we've got to pay attention to what happens next week. There's so much going on. And let me explain this to you. You may have heard me talk about on my Arkansas weather blog a lot that Arctic air is heavy. It's like a brick. And moving that Arctic air, it's like taking that brick, you lay down that brick, and then you have a water hose and then you spray that water hose, put your thumb in front of it, and you try to move that brick. Very difficult to do, isn't it? Well, that's what the nature of Arctic air is. It's very heavy, it's very dense. And when it departs Monday of next week, you're going to have moisture returning. And many times that Arctic air is settled in, and it takes a while for it to get out, especially when you have cloud cover. And when you have precipitation coming in, initially during the onset of it, it could be light ice. I don't think we're looking at a big storm out of this, but I think we're going to have at least some chance for wintry weather next Monday briefly, and then it turns to all rain. And then you think, okay, are we done? No. Then we've got periods of heavy rain next week, believe it or not, and with the ground so cold, the vegetation dormant, runoff could be excessive. So we'll have to watch for the possibility for flooding if we get some of this heavy rain in the state, and it's long range, and that's very possible. I'm going over all this here in the video. Plus, I think that late this month we go right back into the deep freeze. All right, I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible. And remember about star ASP star 77 for non-emergency calls when you're on the interstates, on the highways. All right, just wanted to put that reminder out there with the icy roads still across Arkansas. I'm going to use the GFS computer model. See this area of high pressure over Alabama Wednesday morning, tomorrow morning. So that cold air starts to retreat. But look what's towards the north. Another push of cold air heading our way. So the temperatures moderate a little Wednesday and into Thursday. There's the precipitation Thursday afternoon. And it's showing in eastern Arkansas maybe some very light sleet or freezing rain than snow. Like I said, it does not look impactful for most of our area, but it's worth watching. The Arctic air settles in. There's the area of high pressure pushing in Thursday night and Friday. Strong winds, bitterly cold temperatures once again. It settles into Arkansas Friday, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and then it's that area of high pressure slips off towards the east. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. See this moisture in Texas and in the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to surge towards the north. Right now, it has it west of Arkansas initially, but we'll have to watch how this plays out for the beginning of next week, because during the onset, it's that Arctic air in the low levels is still in place for initially. And you see the model Monday morning picking up on some light freezing rain in southeast Oklahoma. You see that? This is Monday morning. I'll zoom in. Don't take this literally, but it's, I think there could be a period of that as we warm temperatures up. It'll be brief. This is Monday afternoon, and then it winds down and it's all rain. Okay, then it's all rain. So Monday morning, just for a few hours, that needs to be watched carefully. All right, now let's talk about the upper levels for what's coming after the warm up and the heavy rain. This is the GFS ensembles. You're looking at a bird's eye view. Here's the North Pole. Here's the United States over here. There's Africa, okay? Asia over here, Europe. So I just want you to get your bearings and everything kind of spinning around. Remember, it's the ridge in Alaska, that ridge that goes up here along the west coast into Alaska. Whenever you see that, look out. That's when the cold air comes. So watch what happens next week. It's shut down. You have troughing along the west coast in Alaska that brings in Pacific air. That's the warm up. So we get a relaxation in the cold and a big warm up. But watch what happens towards the end of next week. So this is the 26th, the 27th. All right. And this, yeah, this is the 27th of January, which is Saturday. So it's a very long range. Look what's happening again. There goes the ridge. Polar vortex up here. There's the ridge going up. Watch what happens the last couple of days of January and into the beginning of February. We're right back where we were. The ridge going up the west coast and into Alaska, up into the polar and the Arctic areas. And there's the dip. You're going to see very cold temperatures once again directed into the central and especially the eastern United States. GFS ensembles, you can see the pattern here. There's the little warm up. Don't take these numbers literally, by the way. There's the little warm up Wednesday. Look at the downward slide Friday, Saturday, 16 to 26. We come out of it. There's the warm up next week. And then towards the end of January, you'll see these temperatures trend colder, colder, and colder towards the very end of January. So you see that this warm up, which I think you can technically call a January thaw, it appears likely. But it also appears like it will not last long because the last couple of days of January and into February, we're going to see more pushes of Arctic air. Now, how will it compare to what we've had? Too early to say that right now. But if you think winter is over, if you think our snow chances are over, it's not. We're already above average for the season in the metro with, I believe, 3.7 inches of snow, which isn't a lot. You can blink your eyes and get to average basically while you're sleeping at night. But we are going to see more winter weather chances, I think, down the road. January thaw coming, then we go right back into it. Thank you so much for your loyalty, and thank you for your trust.